Okay, hi. It is Friday, October 31st, 2025. Hi, I'm Kayla. I'm a shamanic practitioner, and I was planning on doing a journey today because it's Samhain and the veil is thin, and it would be a very good time to do so. And I thought I might as well do it live and see if any of my spirits or guides have anything to say to the collective. I've basically asked for a message for the collective. Most of the messages I've gotten so far and posted turn out to be 3D, 5D kind of stuff. I pretty much never get current events. I always hope. I have personally been in contact with 3i Atlas, and that would be Presto behind me. And had some, pretty nice, there's definitely a positive feel to it. I, offered that I would be happy to, discuss that, bring them through today, however you look at 3i Atlas, whether you think it's a rock or a ET, extraterrestrial vehicle, or, has actual ETs on it. Various people are saying various things. Anyway, all that's up on the table. I've already done my prep work. I'm going to go in. I'm going to see what happens. Hopefully the sound works on this one. I had to make the last one I made unlisted because the sound turned out didn't work. In fact, I started to make this one with my sound off on my computer and remade it. Luckily, I was only like a minute in this time and hadn't actually started the journey. So we're going to give it a shot and we'll see what happens. Alright, we're going to the north this time, and I'm seeing like this vast vista of, I think it's white sand, could be like salt, like the salt flats or something, but it's white and it's, even like sand. And the horizon kind of becomes, it's like there's not a very definitive horizon line. The white sand slowly gets darker towards the edge of the screen, for lack of a better way to put it, and goes up into a night sky. Okay, we're walking along here. Who's with me? All right, my main spirit animal is with me, power animal. And we're walking along these sand flats, and I keep seeing, there's like a red bead. I keep seeing things and I'm picking them up because they're unusual, and they're almost all beads. There's like a red bead, there's like a blue-green bead that looks like a flower. There's a twig over here, no leaves or anything on it. Can't tell what kind of wood it is, just a little twig. Scrap of gold cloth, tattered. I'm gathering all these things up. I feel like the Miraculous cartoon where she's been given all these weird things and she's supposed to figure out what to do with them. Oh, okay. I have these things and suddenly there's a tent right in front of me. At first it just looked like the flap into the middle of nowhere, but now there's sides. Okay, and I'm going in, and there is literally, stereotypical fortune teller woman with, the brightly colored clothes and the big earrings, and she goes from being very young and beautiful with dark curly hair to being kind of, the stereotypical old hag. And she's kind of going back and forth between the two. Crystal ball, all sorts of pretty things around. I go in, my power animal waits outside at the door, and I give her all the things I have. And she kind of picks through them. Some of the stuff she kind of tosses aside, but I don't get the impression it's a side. It's almost like it's a very practiced movement where she tosses it over here and there's a box over here that it goes directly into because she's so nonchalantly perfect at it. She keeps the gold cloth though, and she puts it in my hand and has me hold it and put my hand on the table like that. She's still going back and forth between the two women. I'm not sure if that's going to resolve into either one of them, but that's still happening. She's doing some prep work, like smudging and chanting. She lays her hand, okay, my hand is here with the gold, and she lays my other hand on top of the crystal ball. My right hand on top of the crystal ball, and then she places her right hand on top of it. The first image I see in the crystal ball is this kind of almost, it's like if you took the tragedy theater mask and kind of stretched it out a little bit so it looks kind of wonky and scary. And she's just kind of rolling her eyes at this. She's like, it's almost like, whatever, crystal ball, this isn't gonna scare anybody, nice try, Okay, so the next thing I see is a meadow with an orchard, and there's a tree, and the tree has flowers on it. And again, it looks less like a tree, well, not again so much, but it looks less like a tree than like a drawing of a tree. You've got your trunk, and then it's like this perfect, almost perfectly round, green, but there's like red. Is it berries? I think it's flowers. It's like white flowers with like red centers, kind of shaped like daisies, but like little chibi daisies or something. Okay. The flowers are coming out like if there was like almost as if they were attached by a spring. The flower is coming out of the tree, and as it comes out, there's like a red string that comes behind it, and it's going down to the ground. And as it goes down to the ground, the string's detached, so now I have this pile of flowers on the ground. And there's all these red, like filaments almost, strings, but they look alive, like they're thick, not quite as thick around as my little finger, but like a coral, like one of those soft corals that kind of sways in the water. It's almost like that. There's a bunch of them, and they kind of make the shape of a person. Let's see what this is. Hello. Okay. I am being invited to, and I do, step in among the filaments, and they're wrapping me up in them. Oh. Okay, I need to go a little deeper right now and be quiet for a minute. I don't edit my videos because I don't really have any idea how, and I've never tried to learn. So there may be a silence here that I won't be fixing. So let me see, because it's what I'm experiencing, what I know is happening is that there is a ton of information being given through these corally filament things, and they're like up against my skin, and it's like I'm being given so much information I can't make hide or hair of it. So I think, especially since I'm trying to talk everything I'm doing, it kind of just shut off. So let me go deep and see what I can find. I'm not getting anything. I may have already cut it off. There may be too many distractions in the background. My water cooler is going crazy over there. It's very noisy. And there's something going on outside. I have no idea what that is. But the point is, I cannot hear anything that these are trying to tell me, but the impression I'm getting is that they contain the memories of other lives. And my own filter being what it is, I know from watching other creators that one of the things that's going to happen as we get closer and closer to the ascension is we're going to remember our past lives, our other lives, since time is kind of an illusion. They're not really past lives or future lives, our other lives. And I've already had contact with a few of my other lives and a couple of my parallel lives. There's a sense that they've kind of melded into my body, and that they'll kind of distribute that information as it's appropriate. Okay, that's all well and good, but this is a message for the collective, I thought. What do we got here? So far, this is just me. Okay. I come out of there, and everything kind of goes down into the ground, and actually now looks like autumn leaves where all the flowers were. The tendrils fall, kind of just dissolve down, and then it becomes fall leaves and then all the usual pretty fall colors. I look like I've been attacked by leeches or an octopus or something. It's almost like, and I kind of wish it were pretty, because the tendrils were, they could have made like a really cool little curlicue or something on my arm, but it's not. It's just I'm just covered in these unsightly blotches. And I don't necessarily see a figure, and the tree doesn't move, but I have a very strong sense I'm being pointed in this direction, so I'm going to go in this direction where there is a pool slash, it's like I'd say it's a lake, but it would fit inside my living room, which isn't, I have a 700 square 10-foot house, so if that gives you an idea. So I go in the lake. Oh, my power animal's coming with me, of course. It's being very quiet today. When I go underwater, I can breathe and I can see, and it's like there's a room down there. It's like I step into it, and it's like, step, 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 step. I'm at the bottom. There's water above me. I'm completely submerged. And this is it's like a house. It's like I just walked into somebody's house, except it's underwater. But it looks like a normal house. It looks like a typical fairy tale wooden cottage. But there's a door to the back there. Let's see what that... Okay, the door to the back opens up into like a kitchen-ish, but almost like an industrial kitchen, almost like a butcher shop kitchen, which was one of my other lives, actually. But it doesn't have that same feel. That was a very dark lifetime. This is not that. This is little old woman likes to make pies for the village kind of vibes. But also there's something very serious about this room. Like, she's making pies for the village, but it's very purposeful. It's almost like it's like the snap thing. It's like the village is hungry and she has taken it upon herself to make sure that they are fed. You know, it's not just I like to make pies and I, you know, give them to people like you give all the extra zucchini in your garden you've got no use for. She's doing this, she's driven to do this. It's very purposeful. It's very, and most people are on to her, but they don't say anything because A, it's awesome that she does it, and B, the people that she does it to, the way she does it allows them to, you know, save face and pretend they're not accepting charity, even though that's what she's doing. So she, you know, it's very much the idea of, oh, I made all these pies, I was bored, and I can only eat one of them, so, you know, you 6 people can have a pie. And, you know, it's the same thing. Oh, I had so many zucchinis in my garden here, you know, somebody take these off my hands, you know. So she does it very much in that vein. And I can see, I'm seeing like almost a progression in the town, like when she first saw the need for this and started doing it on, you know, kind of the small scale that she was doing. You know, it was like lighting candles in the darkness. She, you know, she would help one family and they were fed and able to do their work better and, you know, keep their job or do a better job with their own, or maybe they used parts of the food she gave them to make something that not only benefited them, but, you know, it's very much, there's phrases and adages and idioms and whatnot that mean this, and none of them are coming to my head right now, but that whole idea that, you know, these little tiny acts of kindness spread out and create goodness. So like when she first started doing it, that was that, and she kept getting rewarded for it. Like sometimes, you know, again, and this is all metaphorical, but you know, a chicken that she didn't have before would suddenly appear, you know, and she could use the eggs from that chicken to make more pies and help more people. And, you know, like maybe a cat came and she now had a cat and she didn't have mice eating her flowers, so she could, you know, consistently make more pies. It was very much this symbiotic relationship that built and built and built upon itself until the village itself, you know, it's lit up. There's so many candles. People are happier. People are engaging more. People are helping each other more. And I can't help but think as I'm doing this that this is exactly, you know, a sign of the times. This is, you know, the U.S. getting SNAP cut off, even though I just saw that a federal judge ordered them to put in the money for the reserve. I don't know if that'll actually happen because there's been a lot of ignoring of federal judge orders. But this idea of, you know, start small and help with what you can. It's making me cry. Start small, help where you can, and it will, what's the word? It will snowball. It will absolutely snowball. And you don't realize, how much good it can do, how many tendrils that good deed has that just benefits and just keeps benefiting over and over and over again in this whole pay it forward way. People aren't even doing it consciously. It's just that they're doing better because of the help they received, and it makes them happier, so they smile at more people who feel better, who do better things. It's every little thing. Sorry. I just get so overwhelmed by these things sometimes. All right, let me go back in. That may be the whole of the message, but let me see what happens. She's just smiling and nodding at me, and she's handing me a pie and sending me on my way. It's actually a fish pie so that my power animal can have some. He doesn't eat fish. Fish is not part of the native of his area, but I guess she thinks cats like fish, so. Alright, let me see what's next, if anything. I feel like we're going to Three Eye Atlas and my power animal isn't going with me. Who's going with me? Okay. One of my teachers that I kind of acquired through the Spirit Healer School. Let's see. She's introducing me to this, looks like I would almost say he's humanoid instead of human. He looks human, but he's impossibly tall and thin. Looks kind of reminds me of the king from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. He's got not so much a crown, but some sort of headdress, and the white hair and all that. He comes across as very regal, very serious, very quiet. Let's go. She puts his hand in mine, and we are in space. We're passing over the sea of stars I often go to, or where I'm often taken. And it's funny because the visual I'm getting on Three Eye Atlas is very much like a rock. It actually kind of reminds me of the pictures I've seen of Ameamea. Sorry, I'm getting a blank here. Let's see. When I put my hand on the rock, it softens and I'm drawn in, but I'm not in any type of chamber. It's not like it's hollow. I mean, it may or may not be hollow, but that's not where I'm at. And I'm going in, and I'm surrounded by rock. I've basically merged with the rock. It's very busy. It's almost like I've tapped into a control room that's playing a bunch of radio stations, or like, like if you've got almost like, I don't know, air traffic control, which I'm not horribly familiar with, but like the idea that you've got a bunch of workstations and, each one is talking to a different plane, so there's a little bit of a cacophony there. So what I'm hearing is kind of a cacophony, but the vibe I'm getting from everything I'm hearing is excitement, like anticipatory, joyful excitement. Like there's a preparation. They're very busy. Hey, I'm doing this. Have you done that? Yeah, let's get this taken care of. Oh, hey, have we taken care of this? This needs to get done. Yeah, and I'm doing this over here. Yeah, it's very busy and very excited. Almost like, like if you were preparing a surprise party for someone and they were going to be there in 5 minutes and you were just finishing up, last minute preparations, there's very much a sense of hurriedness about it, and like we got to do this and we got to do this, and have we taken care of this? But everyone is like so like edge of their seat, like really excited about, when this happens, it's going to be so awesome. It's very much like that, which is very different than the vibe I've gotten the other times I've connected with Three Eye Atlas, which I haven't recorded. I've just kind of done on my own. Part of the problem I'm having right now is that I've, based on my own experiences with and having watched other content creators do this, connect with Three Eye Atlas as well, I'm kind of trying to find a conglomeration that will kind of tick all the boxes that match, but the fact is we're not necessarily supposed to get matching messages, so the picture I'm getting now, and I can't really see the figure that's doing it, other than they must be at least to some degree humanoid because they've got, hands. But like that old razor strop where they have the straight edge razor and the leather and they sharpen the razor on it like that. That's what they're showing me. What does that mean? They are showing me and actually doing on me almost like ritual scarification, like they're using the knife to make patterns, and it's painless. Well, maybe not 100%, but the gist of it that I'm getting is that certain things need to be released, and certain things need to go away, but it doesn't have to be ugly. They could have just slash like the blotches. They could have just done that, but they didn't. They made beautiful designs. And the idea, and I'm not seeing this happen, but the feel I'm getting is that, now that these are open, these things that you don't need can come out and, leave room for whatever new is. Usually in journeys, we always put the new in. Are we doing that? I'm supposed to just watch for a while. I do see things coming out now. It's almost like it looks like powdered blood almost, or like a blood spray, because it's not solid, but it's almost like watching a flock of birds making different shapes in the air as they fly. It's kind of like flocks of blood droplets making shapes in the air as they come out of my arm. But it's not painful, it's not scary, it's actually beautiful to watch these come out and dance in the air and do all these things. And they're going up into some kind of cloud looking thing, and what's coming down is the exact same thing but in silver. And they're doing more kind of a directed spiral. The other ones just kind of went every which way, kind of wafting up to the upside. This is coming down in much more of a controlled, like it's aiming for, these spots. And it fills me up, and I've got these beautiful shiny silver decorations all over me, which is great. And again, they're showing me that's the light in the darkness, that's the lighting the little candles in the village that made everybody, over time, everyone, became prosperous and happy and well-fed and pursuing their dreams and et cetera, et cetera. by those tiny little acts of kindness. And this is kind of like that, but this is doing the work on yourself so that just your presence can be that shiny light that people go to. Working on your own anger and sadness and resentments and whatever, and, developing, more compassion, more love, more connectedness to people. Knowing that, you are your neighbor, and that doesn't, your neighbor is everywhere. and yeah, just the symbiosis of it all. Oh, that was my gift from them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do you have a message? Be the light, shine the light. That is the message. All right, I'm coming out of the stone. And wow, my physical eyes are literally hurting at how bright these things are once I'm out of the stone and all the stars are shining on them. I mean, it's literally like blinding me. And it's, I don't know how to describe this. It's like tears, but I don't know. This is a sense I'm getting. I'm not necessarily seeing this, but this idea that tears are cleansing, and I don't know, there's just tears, and not all of them are happy. Not all of them are sad. Some of them are even like allergy irritations, or I got something in my eye and it's doing, but it's like I'm just tears. I'm hearing tears. Yeah, and how cleansing they are. But yeah, not all of them are happy. Do you have a message with that? Just that it's cleansing and all that will wash away. Time frame? Months, years? Months, years is what I'm hearing. Sorry, I was saying that in kind of a questioning tone, but that was the answer, not the question. I have a candle in my hand, a kind of a cream-colored candle that's lit. Just a, regular candle. And they've given me that. It's that whole be the light thing. Okay. I was sucked back very suddenly into that white sand. Like I literally could feel my insides go like that. It was weird. I am seeing those red patterns that were on my arms. I'm seeing it in the sand. Everywhere. The white sand has got these patterns as far as the eye can see. And I see the same thing happening. The red sand going up. And then what comes down is more like rain, more like mercury. It's not the powder like I got. It's like water. Oh. And the sands become a landscape. It's not a forest, it's not a meadow, it's somewhere in between. It's lush, it's rich, it's full of life, and it is so beautiful. I mean, literally rainbows and butterflies and shit. Thank you. Is there anything else? Go forth and be love. Which reminds me, hopefully I'll remember, there was something I wanted to say from my last one that didn't have sound. Is there anything else? No. I'm back in my space. I close the circle. I come back to my bones. Thank you, spirits. Thank you, thank you. That was really awesome, y'all. I wish you could have seen what I saw and felt what I felt. I'm going to end this here, but I am going to go. The journey I did before was something that kind of came up in a class we had where we were specifically going to see the centaurs. And they gave me a quote, and this was all kind of, I was heavy into the Purple Revolution, which I'm very sad did not happen at the time. But here's the message they gave me, and I want to include it in this. Don't be afraid to look in the mirror. Don't be afraid of what you will find. Don't be afraid to admit you were wrong. Don't be afraid to forgive. Don't be afraid to come together. Don't be afraid. We are with you. We are all with you. And that was the message I got. And honestly, I don't remember if that was from the centaurs themselves or some other entity that came into the journey. These things go out of my head like dreams. But that's where I'm going to end it. And I will post this soon. Happy Halloween for everyone who celebrates Blessed Samhain.